Hey everybody, welcome to your practice. If this is our first time moving together, my name's Julianne. Welcome to Within. And if you've been with us for a little while now, welcome back. I'm really pumped about this week's theme. It's a little out of the box, but Jesse and I have dubbed it the flavors of Vinyasa. Meaning every day we'll be moving through a different kind of flavor in the body, and it's exactly like it sounds. So today we're actually going to move through a practice that I've dubbed melt like butter. And so a lot of the movement will center around heart opening. It will be an invitation for you to soften. It's meant to be delicious as butter is. So I invite you to just, really welcome that embodiment in today through each and every breath. And we're gonna get started in an easy seat for meditation, and feel free to create as much or as little support as you might need. If that looks like a block or a blanket underneath your sitting bones, we won't be here for long, but just make sure that you're comfortable. And if an easy seat doesn't feel good and you prefer hero's pose, you're more than welcome to set yourself up that way too. Yeah. If you haven't already, just widen the sitting bones. And as you allow them to anchor down into the floor, go ahead and draw a length all the way up through the crown of your head. And we'll take a big shrug of the shoulders up towards the ears. And allow your shoulder blades to melt down the back body. You're going to hear me use that word a lot today. And you'll just let the palms land wherever they feel best for you, up or down. And then close your eyes. And for a moment, you'll just land in stillness. So that there is a clear and distinct arrival of your whole awareness into this moment. Allow your sitting bones to feel heavy and supported by the ground underneath you. And then if there's room for you to grow just a bit taller through your spine, go ahead and create a little more length through the back of your neck and all the way up to the bridge of the nose to the crown. And now maintain that sense of rising through the crown. But let everything that surrounds your spine to soften. Release any tension at your face and soften the upper palate of your mouth as well as the root of your tongue. Allow your lower abdomen to relax. Let your inner groins release and soften. And feel a sense of descending with your pubic bone. So again, the spine stays really tall and upright. But everything that surrounds that central column, like the skin, soft tissue, muscles, and organs surrounding, all melt like butter. And now deepen your breath. And smooth your inhales and your exhales out. And then welcome a butter-like texture to your breath too. So that it feels rich and creamy in essence. And we'll set our intent to sustain this really luxurious, delightful breath throughout the entirety of our practice today. Deep breath in. Big sigh out. Gently blink open your eyes. And we'll come right onto hands and knees for tabletop. So stack your shoulders right over the wrists, hips over your knees. And we'll start with cat-cow. So inhale, let your belly drop, open up your chin and your chest. As you exhale, press the ground away from you. Pull your navel center back and up. And again, breath in, soft elbows as you broaden across your collarbones. Exhale, tuck your tail, puff up through the upper spine, and draw your chin to chest. And again, breath in. Lift your heart and eyes. Breath out. Round and curl. And you'll start to move into a dancing lion. So you'll draw big circles with your hips and shoulders. It's as though your belly button is churning butter. And keep all of your joints really soft and fluid. And then go ahead and reverse directions if you haven't already. Feel free to close your eyes and maybe add in a little circular rotation of your neck. And then pause at center back in tabletop. Go ahead and flip your wrists, fingertips to face your knees, thumbs to face the edges of your mat. And while keeping your palms pressed heavy, shift your weight back gently towards your heels. And take a breath in. And take a breath out. Slowly shift back through center. You'll make two fists with your hands and bring them right underneath your face. And actually punch your knuckles into each other so the back of your hands are rooted against the floor. As you inhale, widen the elbows to opposite sides. As you exhale, keep your knuckles pressing against each other and lengthen your elbows as much as you can. Again, inhale, open up the elbows nice and wide. Exhale, you straighten. Once more, breath in. Breath out. Slowly release, one hand at a time, back to facing neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And as you land in your first down dog of this practice, go ahead and take any movement that you might need. It might be a pedaling of your feet, or maybe it's a dropping of your heels from one side to the other. If you need a little sway of your hips or a shake of your ears, again, take this time to create any movement that feels really good, really luxurious in your muscles and in your bones and in your breath. And then settle into stillness. Allow your heels to lengthen down towards the floor. Create a tilt of your tail upwards. So it's going to feel like your glutes are curling towards the ceiling. And maintain all of that length that you've created behind the legs as you press actively through your palms. Lengthen through your tail. And then bring just a little bit of tenderness right between your shoulders. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. And keep your hips square. Allow your left heel to soften as you lengthen your left hip back. And then lift your right heel an inch higher. Exhale, knee into your nose, round and curl. Gently step your right foot forward, place your back knee down, and then bring your hands to the top of your right thigh. So we'll move through a sort of cat-cow-like action in the spine. As you inhale, allow the hips to be heavy and start to curl open through the chest and open your throat, gaze up. As you exhale, pull your navel center back, round through the upper spine, and draw your inner thighs in towards each other. Again, inhale, you'll bend a little deeper into your front knee, let the hips melt, lift and lengthen through your heart. Exhale, chin draws to the chest, navel center pulls back and up, front ribs draw in. Again, like that, inhale, bend, soften into the hips. Lift and lengthen through the space behind your heart. Exhale, scoop the belly button back, hug your inner thighs towards midline. 2 more. Breath in, heart open. Breath out, you curl. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend back into your front knee, reach both arms up. Grab your left wrist, take it all the way up towards the ceiling and then over towards the right. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Inhale, come up through center. Both hands to frame your front foot, slide your hips back, take a half split. So track your left hip right over your left knee, and if you need to sort of wiggle your right heel farther out in front of you, you can. And then keep your right toes flexed and pull the center of your chest forward. And with a long spine, take a fold over your front leg. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, long spine. Bend back into your front knee. Tuck your back toes. Lift your left knee off the ground. Plant your left palm underneath your shoulder. Reach your right arm up and open for a twist. And again, we'll do a little bit of movement with the breath. Take an inhale. As you exhale, swoop your right arm underneath your right thigh and pull your navel center up. Again, inhale, you'll let the hips get a little bit heavy. Open up your collarbones. Exhale, draw the front ribs to spine, inner thighs towards each other. Inhale again, open up your chest, collarbone spread. Exhale, weave your right arm underneath your thigh. 2 more. Inhale, let the hips get heavy. Exhale. Pull the thigh bones in. Last one, inhale, twist open. Exhale, pull the navel center up. Inhale, reach your right arm back up. Exhale, right hand to frame your front foot. Slide your hips back, take a really long pyramid pose. So back heel is gonna stay slightly off the ground. Lift your right foot off of the floor if that feels good for you. And then pull the right thigh bone towards the back of your mat. Pull your collarbones towards the top of your mat. And you can stay here with the flat back, or for a little more sensation, take your chest towards your right shin. Easy inhale. Easy exhale. Gaze forward, bend back into your front knee, and you'll step back, downward, facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Again, hips are going to stay square. Allow your right heel to melt down towards the ground. Lengthen your right hip crease back. And then lift your left toes slightly higher. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the upper back. Step your left foot through, place your right knee down, hands to the top of your left thigh. So again, we'll move through that like cat-cow Anjaneyasana variation. As you inhale, let the hips be heavy and pull your heart upwards. As you exhale, draw the navel center back, front ribs in, chin towards your chest. Again, inhale, let the left knee come past 90 towards your toes. Exhale, pull your left knee back to stack right over the heel. Inhale again. Allow the collarbones to lift and expand. Exhale, let the backs of your ribs get really broad and full. 2 more like that. Breath in, hips get heavy. Let the heart open, lift your eyes. Exhale, round and curl through the spine. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, bend back into your front knee. Go ahead and reach your arms all the way up. Grab your right wrist. Take it up and over towards the left. Full inhale. Full exhale. Come through center and place both hands to frame your front foot. Slide your hips back, half split. Flex your left toes a lot towards your shin. Pull your collarbones towards the top of your mat. And then fold while pressing down into the floor with your left heel. Luxurious inhale. Luxurious exhale. Gaze forward. Bend back into your front knee. Tuck your back toes if they're not already and lift your right knee off of the floor. Root your right hand down, pick up your left arm, easy twist. And again, we'll work a little with the breath today in a flow. So inhale, create space across the chest. As you exhale, swoop your left arm underneath your thigh. Again, inhale, you'll gaze up towards your left thumb. Exhale, round and look towards your navel center. Inhale, hips get heavy. Collarbones wide. Exhale, pull the inner thighs in towards each other. 2 more. Breath in, open up the chest. Breath out, pull the rib cage up. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and pause. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Slide your hips back as you straighten out your left leg. It's gonna feel like a really long pyramid. Flex your left toes, keep your back heel slightly lifted as much as you need. And then pull the heart forward into a flat back. Again, you can hold right here or keep hugging the inner thighs in towards each other and fold heavier over your front thigh. Breath in.
Breath out. Gaze forward. Bend back into your front knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Shift forward into a high plank. Come all the way to the tips of your toes. And then slowly descend all the way down to your belly. Take your fingertips out wider than your mat and create tense with your hands. And we'll come into a finger stand cobra. So let your elbows stack over the wrists as you inhale. Gently lift your heart and wrap your shoulder blades away from your ears. And as you exhale, slowly release. Again, inhale. Gently melt the heart as you lift up through your spine. Exhale, gently release. One more time. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, you ripple down. This time as you come up, you'll pause at the top. Dip your right shoulder into center and look over to your left. Inhale, come back through center. Left shoulder in, look to your right. Inhale, come up through center. Right shoulder in, again like you're churning butter. Inhale, come through center. Left shoulder in, look to the right. Inhale, come through center. And as you exhale, gentle ripple down. Walk your hands in underneath the elbows. Lift your heart into an upward facing dog. Allow your rib cage to move forward and upwards. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Walk your feet forward to the top of your mat and find ragdoll. So feet under the hips, about 2 fist distance apart. Grab opposite elbows. Sway left and right. Shake out your ears. If there's anything else that you need in your ragdoll right now, really, I invite you to take it. And then slowly release your hands towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, rise to stand, mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift as you inhale. Step it back, high to low plank as you exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. One breath in. Full breath out. Step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. Down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Peel your top hip open. Bend your knee. And as you reach your right kneecap up towards the ceiling, pull your right heel tight to your glute. And then press firm into your left hand and send your left hip further back. Full breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your right foot forward. Root your back heel down at 45 degrees. Come on up into a warrior one. So feel your feet firm on the ground. And then engage your inner thighs so that they wrap and pull in towards one another. Front knee is going to aim to stay right over the front heel. Bring both hands behind you and find the back of your left thigh. So that might feel far, and if you're on your left butt cheek, that's okay. But if you can find the hamstring, go ahead and stack your palms one on top of the other right behind your left thigh. And we're going to start to take this into a deep back bend. So start to lift and lengthen through the center of your heart as though your collarbones are starting to rise to your chin. And then you can start to walk your hands down the back of your hamstring towards your knee crease. Start to lift your eyes. Maybe you open your throat a little. And then work your hands farther down your left thigh. Come deeper into the front knee. And then keep lifting from the space right behind your heart between your shoulders for 3. A little higher through your sternum for 2. And then 1. Inhale, come back up through center, pull the front ribs in. As you exhale right into a low lunge twist, left hand to the ground, left heel up, pick up your right arm and open the chest. Breath in to lengthen the side waist. Breath out to twist. Come onto the pinky edge side of your back foot. Gently step your right foot back, side plank. Keep lifting through your left hip. Wrap your left shoulder underneath your chest. Step your right foot back behind you, off of your mat. Come right into a wild thing. Send your heart forward, right shoulder down and back for 2. And then 1. Vinyasa, you'll take it around with your breath. And we'll meet in a down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Peel your hip open, bend your knee. Keep hugging your left heel to your glute. Keep melting your right heel towards the ground. Breath in. Exhale, knee into your nose. Step forward, warrior 1, rise. So square off your hips. And that'll feel like you're pulling your left thigh back as you wrap your right hip forward. And create length out of the sides of your body. Keep that length in the side body and reach your hands back for your right thigh. So the work is to keep the right thigh straight and strong the whole time, heel grounded. Left knee right over your heel too. Slowly start to find the back bend. So draw your shoulders in towards each other. Lift and lengthen through your collarbones. Slowly start to shift your eyes 1 inch at a time towards the ceiling. And then you can start to walk the hands down towards the back of your right knee. And then find more length out of the sides of your waist, up to the backs of your rib cage, all the way up to your collarbones. And then maybe a little more depth in the front knee. Take 1 more breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, low lunge twist. Pull your heart forward as you breathe in. Spiral as you breathe out. Come onto the outside edge of your back foot. Step back, side plank. From your side plank, start to lift your hips up higher. Really squeeze the right oblique. Turn your right inner elbow forward to wrap your right shoulder underneath your heart. Step your left foot back. Come right into a wild thing. The right toes pivot slightly so you can rotate both hip bones up.
Lift up through your glutes. Pull forward through your heart. Breath in. Breath out. Slowly unflip. Move right through a vinyasa. And we'll meet again in downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Gaze forward. Step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Toes together, chair pose. So find your knees over your heels. And then allow the tailbone to descend closer to the floor. Let the front ribs soften. And allow your heart to lift. So the back of the heart remains nice and soft, shoulders relaxed. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, breath in. Down dog, breath out. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your right foot forward, warrior two. Rise up and open. So front toes are going to point straight towards the top of your mat. Line up your front heel with the inside arch of your back foot. And allow the hips to be heavy. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Take a big stretch of your right side waist. And then come right into extended side angle. Right forearm can push against the top of your right knee, or right fingertips can come to the ground. Take your left arm over your head today, bicep right by the ear. And then everybody, create more length out of your right side waist. So it's gonna feel like you have to engage the left oblique slightly to do that. And then turn from your belly button to turn your heart upwards. If you bind, left arm can come behind your back. Right arm will wrap underneath your right thigh. Lengthen through your elbows as you pull your collarbones away from your hips, and then again up towards the ceiling. Full breath in. Full breath out. Press down into your feet, rise back up, warrior two. From your warrior two, straighten through your front leg. Option to narrow your stance if you like that. Come right into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Begin by stacking your shoulders one on top of the other. And create space for your right rib cage to again move away from the hips. And turn your heart up towards the ceiling by churning from the navel. You can stay here today, or you can work your triangle into a deeper back bend by walking your right fingertips off of your mat behind you. Start to rotate your heart up towards the ceiling into a deeper back bend. Keep pulling your left shoulder down towards the floor. Keep firm in your groundedness in both feet for 3, for 2, and then 1. We'll all find a wide-legged forward fold. So turn your toes towards the left side, heels will go out, toes will go in. Inhale, flat back. And as you exhale, fold. Option to have your hands right where they are underneath the shoulders. You can bind with your big toes, or you can walk your hands through your legs. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. Once more, inhale. sweet, delicious exhale. Come into a flat back as you breathe in. And walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Move through a vinyasa. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step forward, warrior two. Take a wide stance. Allow the hips to descend. Steady your breath. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And come right into an extended side angle. So again, left forearm can push against the top of your thigh, or left fingertips can come down to the floor. Allow the right bicep to hover right above your right ear. And then create length for your left lung to move forward away from the hips. Pull your belly button to your back body and lift your heart towards the ceiling. So there's a subtle rotation of the side body. Now you can stay as you are or take the bind, right arm behind you, left arm underneath your thigh. Straighten through your top elbow and rotate your heart upwards. Breath in. Breath out. Push down into your feet, rise back up, warrior two. Straighten through your front leg. Take it forward, triangle pose. Again, we'll start with shoulders stacked and in line with your hips. For a lot of us, that might require a little rolling of the right shoulder head away from the ear and down the back body. Now you can stay here working on lengthening your left rib cage forward. Or again, the option to take this into a little bit of a back bend. You can soften the front knee as you move your left fingertips off your mat and behind you. Reach your right arm up and back. And then plug your right shoulder down towards the floor so that you're rotating more of your chest straight towards the sky. Keep pressing firm into both of your feet as you find space for two. And then one, come right into, again, a wide legged forward fold. Interlace your hands, this time at your low back. On your inhale, take a flat back and reach your knuckles away from your heart. Keep that sensation of pulling your knuckles away from you and slowly fold deeper over your thighs. Let the space right between your shoulder blades get really tender. Let the skin that runs along the side of your neck soften and relax too. And take a breath in. Take a breath out. Gently release your fingertips towards the ground. Inhale, half lift. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat. And again, vinyasa with your breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Place your knees down on the ground. And you'll sit right on your heels. And we'll work our way through a baby camel. So what that will look like is your shins stay exactly as they are, and your butt is going to stay glued to your heels the whole time. Walk your hands back with your fingertips facing the back of your mat. So you want them to land right underneath the shoulders still. So you can press your palms flat into the ground. Chin stays tucked into the chest as you come into this, very similar to camel. Lift and lengthen through your chest. Allow the collarbones to rise so that you feel work in the mid and upper back. And then allow the head to fall back and open up your throat. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. And with your next inhale, take your time, slowly rise. And we'll come right into a rabbit. So hands are gonna wrap around the backs of your ankles. Take the crown of your head towards the floor and start to lift your hips up. You'll round through the mid and upper spine and even slightly through the back of your neck. So you're going to create the complete opposite action. And if you're feeling like you maybe need to take your hands from your heels to the backs of your calves like I'm doing, that's on offer. Adjust as necessary for 2. And then 1. Slowly roll back. We'll come again into that baby camel. Hands right underneath your shoulders behind you. Work to get your palms flat to the ground while still lifting your chest upwards. So you're working in opposition. The palms are rooting, but the chest is rising. When you're ready, go ahead and open up the throat. Watch for a tendency of collapsing the spine and work really hard to maintain action in the mid and upper back so that the heart lifts up for 2. And then 1, slowly again, rise, chin to the chest. And we'll slowly again work ourselves into that little counter roll into rabbit pose. So crown of your head to the floor. Hands can hold ankles, heels, or backs of the calves. And roll a little farther onto the crown. Feel the back open up in the opposite way. So the rib cage expands. Shoulders move away from each other for 2. And then 1, slowly come to sit. And this time we'll come up into a full camel. So come up onto your knees. Hips right over your knees. You can tuck the toes or keep the tops of your feet flat. Take your hands to the small of your back, right at the tops of the glutes. Wrap your elbows in so you feel that same sensation of the mid and upper back lifting. Keep lifting through the center of your heart, and then start to send your hips forward. Walk your eyes to the ceiling. Maybe you glide your hands down to the hamstrings or all the way down to your heels, and then keep pressing up through the back of the heart as you allow your eyes to fall back. Let the back of your heart be soft so that the front body expands open. Muscles along your spine super engaged for 2. And then 1, slowly come on up. And you'll just sit on your heels, spine nice and tall, eyes closed. And take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, 1 more inhale. Big exhale. Gently blink open your eyes. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Right side. You'll set up for half pigeon.
Right knee is going to track right over the right wrist, or right behind the right wrist rather, right toes behind your left. Wrap the front of your left thigh bone to face the floor. And then walk your hands forward and allow your upper back to really melt. So again, as if you could visualize the space right between your shoulder blades as butter. And maybe it starts off as sort of a solid block of butter at the start of practice. And then as you add a little bit of heat to that butter, it starts to get a little soft, a little more malleable. A bit more fluid. So if there's space for you to soften just a little bit more where you are, do so. Take a breath in and a breath out. Slowly lift your heart. Take your left leg and bring it around so that you can step the left foot to the outside of your right thigh and then anchor your left sitting bone down. Walk your right elbow to the outside edge of your left knee, and then left fingertips behind you. Use your inhale to grow tall through the crown. And then as you exhale, again, like you're churning butter, twist. And then again, inhale, press down into your sitting bones, grow a millimeter taller. Exhale and twist. One more time like that. Breath in. Breath out. Keep your left hip heavy as you unwind. Take a soft counter stretch to the opposite side. Slowly lift your heart. You'll keep the right leg as it is. Take your left knee, swing it back so that your left knee and right foot kind of are aligned, and this left leg is going to feel almost like a half hero's pose. Bring your right fingertips underneath your right shoulder, and then start to press up through the hips. Send your hips forward by engaging your glutes. Take your left arm all the way up and around and back. And you'll work on rotating your chest up towards the ceiling, left shoulder head down. Breath in. Breath out. Slowly soften the hips back down to the ground. Walk your hands to the floor, take it back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Left side, half pigeon. Bring your left knee behind the left wrist, flex your left toes behind your right. Take a moment to create support if your body needs support, right? That might look like a block or a blanket underneath your left hip. And then walk your hands forward. Create length through both sides of the body as you allow your head and heart to land and to soften. Release any tension in your face. Allow the back of your heart again to melt like butter. Allow your inner groins, your hips, to melt like butter. So that there's this really delicious sort of descent of your pelvis towards the ground. And again, let your awareness now come to your breath. And make your breath really smooth and creamy and delightful. Slowly lift your heart.
Sit on your left butt cheek and bring your right leg around so that you can step your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. And then press your right hip down towards the floor. Walk your left elbow to the outside edge of your right knee. Right fingertips slightly behind you. Use your inhale to create space in both sides of the body. And as you exhale, twist. Again, inhale, create length through the crown and let there be a melting at your hip creases. Exhale, spiral deeper through the mid and upper back. One more time, breath in. Breath out. Slowly again, unwind. Keep the right hip grounded and heavy. And allow your upper body to fold over towards the left. Inhale, lift your torso. Take your right leg and swivel it back so that the right heel pulls in towards your butt. Again, it's like a half hero with your right knee pretty close to your left foot. Point through both of your feet. Left hand will land right underneath your left shoulder. Slowly press your hips up and forward. And take your right arm all the way up and around and back. It's going to feel almost like you're taking a kneeling flip dog. Breath in. Breath out. Slowly allow the hips to melt down towards the ground. Both hands to your mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Step or hop your feet all the way through to a seat and extend your legs out long in front of you. Okay, hands are gonna root right behind your hips, fingertips this time facing forward. Come on up into a reverse plank. Push down into your feet. Lift your hips, lift your heart, lift your gaze for 3, 2, and then 1. Slowly release your hips down to the ground with toes flexed. Reach your arms forward. Pull your navel center back in and up. And slowly roll down 1 vertebra at a time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees in. Rock a little side to side. Massage out what you need. And then plant your feet. Bridge pose.
Feet are going to be right underneath your knees as you lift your hips. Walk your shoulders underneath your heart as you interlace the palms. And then pull your kneecaps back over your heels. Really firm up your glutes to lift your hips a little higher. And then pull downwards with your arm bones to puff up your chest. Stay for 3. Breathe 2. And then 1, slowly descend your hips. Breath in. Breath out. Second round, bridge or wheel pose. You'll choose. My bridgers, you stay with the same variation we just took. My wheels, you'll take hands by the ears, push the floor away from you, and send your heart all the way up and back. And so again, lots of softness right between your shoulders to create that really juicy, delicious expansion across your heart. For 2. And then 1. Slowly release down. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Last option for a heart opener, you can take bridge, wheel, or you can take fish pose. My fishers, you'll take hands under your sacrum, extend your legs out long. You can point through the toes, push down into your forearms and elbows, and lift up through your chest. So you'll hold yourself on your elbows for this variation, and then allow the crown of your head to release back. Keep lifting the space right behind your heart away from the ground. For 2, and then 1, slowly release. And we'll all meet in Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together to touch. 1 hand on belly, 1 hand on heart. And take a moment to check in with where you might need a little more softening or melting right now. Might be in your face, between the brows, or between your tongue and the upper palate of your mouth. Maybe it's at your hips, or between the soles of your feet. And take a breath in. And breath out. Open your arms to a T. Allow your left knee to fall over towards the right. Easy spinal twist. Breath in. Breath out. Gently make your way through center, open up the left hip, and then bring the right thigh to stack on top of your left. Again, easy spinal twist. Inhale. Exhale.
And then come back through to center. We'll take one happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Tailbone long to the bottom of your mat. Knees down towards the floor. Breath in. Breath out. And when you're ready, you'll open up Shavasana. Take some time to set up your final pose for rest. Give your feet lots of freedom to just splay open. Give your armpits some breathing room. Let your shoulders melt down underneath the heart. And then again, notice where you need a little more melting or softening in this moment. Again, it might be in your jaw. Maybe it's in your lower belly. Maybe in the palms of your hands, or in the creases of your hips. And wherever you find that there is more softening or melting available, take your breath into those spaces and allow it to melt like butter. And the beauty of moving through different flavors in practice is that in essence we're starting to explore different energies in practice, so that ultimately we can tune in and listen day in and day out to what our body really needs, and have enough context and experience to then create and offer to the body what it needs. Some days the right practice will be this, a softening, a melting like butter flow. And other days, maybe it's Jesse's lemon zinger practice, or my chili pepper flow that's coming up in a few days. And so it's all simply an invitation for you to get curious around how your body feels moment to moment, breath by breath, and learning to honor it with each and every choice that you make. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Allow it to be rich, smooth, creamy, and luxurious in texture. And as you breathe deep, wake up your fingers and toes. Take a full body stretch if you like. And then allow yourself to roll onto your right side in fetal position, and give yourself just a few moments to breathe and to melt here. To soften fully into this moment of sort of re-awakening, re-emerging. And then slowly start to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. And gently press your palms together. And we'll close our practice with a shared breath. Take a deep inhale. Big sigh out. Softly bow your head to your heart. Softly lift your heart to your head. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you for practicing today. I hope that you enjoyed that flow as much as I did. And that you're left feeling a bit softer, more like butter than we started. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, as always, please send them my way. Other than that, I hope you enjoy moving through all the flavors of practice this week, and I will catch you on the mat soon. Have a good one.